Well, that shot looks pretty benign, but you can't tell that the wind is just whipping. There you go. That's if you're playing at Newman today, if you got one up, you might launch it. You might have to hit it that hard with the kind of wind we got. That's a perfect segue to chat some baseball. College baseball season is into its third week. North Dakota State, the Road Warriors that they are, back this time in the South, and this is pretty darn cool. The next 5 games for NDSU baseball, they're going to be playing Alabama and LSU as we welcome back to the show Bison baseball coach Tyler Oakes joining us. By the way, the last text exchange we had, you wished me congratulations to my Mets, which is that's good omen. Get ready for 2025. It's great to see you, bud. The Road Warriors, you're at it again. You just got back from Texas, and you mentioned you were home for what, 36 hours and back on the road.
Yeah, we had some unfortunate luck with coming back. We had our flight canceled on Sunday night and
Jeez.
couldn't get out till Monday at 8 p.m. the next day. So there's a lot of hanging out in the airport and using meal vouchers. And I give a credit to our guys for being flexible and patient with the whole deal. And like we kind of talk about, it's almost things you expect to happen at least once or twice throughout the year with how much we travel. But yeah, I was home for maybe 36 hours and said hello to my wife, who has been great at getting stuff done around the house and me gone all the time. And then said, see you next week or in 10, 11 days again. But it's great to, get out and play games and, get our guys out in a baseball type setting and play the schedule we're playing. It's been great just to continue to learn about our guys.
All right, so we feature this on Monday at our Best of the Weekend. So take us back to Sunday, top of the ninth, actually early in the game. You're down 5-rip. I mean, did you see any signs of life that you would have a kind of rally that you had Sunday to win that game?
Yeah, we've been kind of up against it in terms of just things going well for us. There's been spurts where we've played extremely well. I thought like the week against Dallas Baptist, 2 of the 3 games were right there with a top 25 team and played pretty good baseball overall. Like Lamar, we were terrible. We didn't play well at all, and everything was kind of against us there. And couldn't
Weather was
find a way
bad
to
too,
stem some
right?
of the momentum. And
Yeah.
then we didn't get to play for a couple days, and so just kind of challenged our guys to continue to just believe and know that if you play the game the right way, things will reward itself. And that first doubleheader day was tough. We had a big inning, I think an 8 spot we gave up, and credit to our guys to bouncing back. We had another tough inning, a 5 spot where they hit a couple home runs, and I thought we played pretty well. We showed some better glimpses offensively, and then we just needed that one guy to step up with a big hit or a big play or a big pitch, and Noah Gordon did that with that home run and gave a real jolt of energy and life to our team that we definitely needed at that time to find a way to win that game.
2 strikes, 2 outs, Tyler. That's about as clutch as it gets. Give me the dugout reaction when he hit that ball.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because again we've been kind of grasping at positive things to happen and getting on the board with a win. I know guys were hungry to do that,
Yeah.
and Noah's a little guy that's competitive and loves playing the game and has stepped up in a big way for our team, both behind the plate and at the plate hitting wise. And so for him to find a way against a really good arm and pitcher and their closer, who's had a great year to start, was pretty cool to see and a cool moment for him and our team.
What's that do for maybe, I know it's baseball so odd because you play every day, but can you carry that momentum now to start here today?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think it didn't help when we had a flight canceled
Yeah,
about an hour later.
right.
But at the same time, you think that those moments can propel you to, show that you can get it done, especially when you're starting the year, going from the snowbanks to playing against the competition that we're doing. It can be tough, it can be challenging, but we know it's going to be hard. We want it to be difficult and kind of fight through some of those things and showing ways to, get those winning ways or winning habits part of our team versus some of the losing habits too is definitely important. So yeah, I think hopefully we can use that to propel us to show that we can play a good complete game of baseball and against a team like Alabama or LSU, Tulane, like moving forward, we're going to need to continue to play at a high level, and it's only going to test us even more.
Well, I hate to tell you this, when you get back, there's not going to be any snowbanks here, man. It's all, you might be playing outside before you know it up here.
Yeah, we got that home opener, early conference this year,
Yeah,
March 28th.
right.
So hopefully it stays that way and continues to dry up.
Um, for people that don't follow college baseball closely, you've done this before. You've played some really high level teams. How does scheduling like this work? Because I know last year I texted you, you got seriously, LSU is the defending national champs. You got them again. How does this come about where you're able to play these kind of SEC teams?
Scheduling keeps going further and further in advance. So we're probably, a year or two from a full schedule on 26 and then
Wow.
working on 27 too. And so it's just a matter of, for me, having connections with different coaching staffs and then also not being afraid to reach out and, put our team on the map and program on the map, I think is important for a program like ours in the northern part of the climate of we want to go play the best of the best to give these guys really cool experiences all over the country, to get in front of pro scouts all over the country, to kind of give a glimpse into NDSU, right? NDSU football gets all the glory, and they should, right? They've done some huge things, and we were in the airport, and everyone's asking about the football team, which is great. And then we say, hey, we got a baseball team too, and look at our schedule. So playing these types of schools, I think, is huge for just a window into the school and the university, and also showing that we can be competitive and win some of these games and play at a high level and play with anyone around the country too. So for me, it's just scheduling wise, it's reaching out, it's having a dialogue with the coaching staffs, and then trying to get into places that we feel we're really going to get challenged and probably expose some of our weaknesses and play against some of the best to truly see where we're at.
Hey, you can brag on Polisek. You're playing Alabama and LSU. Football can't get those games. Come on.
Hey, someone's got to, right? It might as well be us. So, I get some crap from people, other coaches in baseball around the country, like, what are you doing scheduling these type of games? And so maybe I am an idiot at times, but at the same time, I think it's great for our guys, and it's a great, preparation tool for us to be ready for conference play and see everything. And our goal is to get to a regional, and when we get to that point, we've already been in venues that have
Yeah.
4, 5, 6,000 people in it. We've already seen the level of pitching and play that we'll need to see to be successful in that. And so I think at the end of the day, it's a win-win when it comes to our tough schedule. And I think I looked at our opponents' record so far this year, and then this upcoming week, I think
Yeah.
they're 43-7 combined. So we'll have our work cut out for us. We know there's going to be challenges, but I know I always talk about with our team that with challenges come a lot of opportunities
Yep.
too, and that's something that we're definitely looking forward to.
Well, I know we got a ton of people that watch us in South Dakota to give us an injury update on your ace and Parker Pitts, who missed basically all of last year. Where's he at in his rehab of getting back on the mound this year?
Yes, he's done a great job. Obviously, coming back from Tommy John
Yeah.
surgery is a long road, and most put the timetable at a year. I think it's more that 14 to 16 month range. And with Parker being a guy that I think has pro aspirations and that type of talent and ability level, I want to make sure that we're doing everything
Yeah.
right by him too, and moving at a pace that he's comfortable with. And he's doing great. He's at the point where he's starting to throw, some high intent bullpens, and eventually here in the next week, facing hitters. Obviously, we've been gone, but we have everything videotaped that we can see. Got back this Tuesday, and he threw one of his best pens that I thought moving forward. So hopefully he can give us a jolt
Yeah.
whenever that time is ready. You're probably looking more into late March, early April for him when the conference season hits, and he can kind of be a shot in the arm,
Oh boy. Yeah.
for us to add to our rotation or somewhere in the mix that he can fit best as we keep going forward.
That's not adding just a guy when you get to conference play. That's a dude you're going to get back possibly when Summit League play starts.
Yeah, we've missed him for a long time
Yeah.
now, especially it happening last year
Right.
in the first game of the season. And like I said, it's tough mentally and physically for him, but he's done an outstanding job and in a really good place right now that I feel really good about. And another month or a couple weeks here of getting him back and knocking off some of the rust and returning to his true form too.
I know I was talking with Brandon Hunt, your assistant coach, about what the house settlement can do for the other sports, and baseball's one of them. Tyler, give us, as much as you understand it, how much the roster restrictions are going to affect baseball, and the top kind of talent might be out there for mid-major schools to potentially get, because teams are going to cut guys now, right?
It's still probably more questions than answers at this point. And that's the difficult part for our coaching staff, especially from a recruiting
Yeah.
standpoint of we don't over recruit, we don't overstack our roster and cut people, and so it's hard for us to know exactly where we're going to be at. Obviously, you can opt in and opt out. If you opt in, there's the 34-man roster
Right.
for baseball. If you opt out, we don't know what that looks like. If it's going to be the same 34, or are we going back to the old rules of 35 and 27 counters? And so we're just trying to figure some of those things out to see where we can move forward, because there's going to be some good players out there, whether it's high school guys kind of left in the dust, junior college players that maybe don't have a home anymore, and then even those 4-year transfers that you may have talked with in the recruiting process previously that you have connections with that you feel like could be a good player for you. So we're hoping that they can solidify some things here going forward. But from the baseball end, there's still a lot more questions and answers in terms of roster limit. They're thinking about adding to 38 now, but then having to cut down to 34 by a certain date in the fall or winter. So it's going to be tricky and a delicate balance. And I think it's
Man.
a position that not a lot of coaches are enjoying being in. You feel like you're playing with players' lives and
Yeah.
families' lives and stuff like that too, when you have to make some of those tough decisions when you're trying to win games, but also try to treat people like they should be treated as well.
Hey, last thing before I let you go, for this matchup, for people that watch collegiate baseball or watch pro baseball, Alabama's, I'm sure they're ranked 20th. Are there guys here that are pro prospects? Are we playing pro baseball soon that we keep our eye out this weekend?
They're going to be a handful. Offensively, they have more walks and strikeouts. They've been hit
Man.
24 times, so like they're extremely disciplined in the zone. I think they have 21 home runs as a team already through 9 games. Justin LeBron would be the prime prospect. He's their shortstop. He's a sophomore. He's on kind of the top of everyone's draft boards, so he can do it all. He hits for some power. He defends at a high level, and he can run too. So he would be the guy that you kind of circle on the scouting report that kind of sets the tone for their team. And then within there, they've got quite a few experienced guys too. A couple left-handed hitters that have pop with Fowler and Hodo, and so those are probably your top guys. And then pitching wise, Saturday they're rolling out a guy, Riley Quick, who's 97, 98 miles an hour and
Jeez.
throwing 85, 86 mile an hour slider. So
Oh,
he's another guy that was hurt last year that's come back and had a really, really good start to the season. So like I said, we're going to see the best of the best, and we want it that way too. And
no.
we're excited kind of for the challenge and see where we match up with, and not being too consumed with our record, but also just going out and playing really good
Yeah.
baseball and showing people the type of brand that we can play too.
I know you're busy. You make it over to the football stadium. You're going to try and check out Bryant Denny Stadium, or what your plans for that?
Yeah, so we had a workout last night at their field, and kind of you just drive right by the kind of streets, and it's not what you maybe envision.
No.
It's like they've got to shut down the streets there because there's no like parking lots, and it still even took us 20 to 25 minutes through traffic at 5 p.m.
Nope.
On some of the side streets. So it's
Wow.
kind of in I don't want to say middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
but you see this big stadium that's just kind of right off campus, and people walking around, and it's a good little setup they have here for all their sports. That's for sure.
It's great to see you, bud. I know you got a crazy week. Thanks so much for doing this. Good luck this weekend. We'll talk soon, all right?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Tyler Oaks, NDSU baseball coach, Bison in Alabama coming up this weekend. All the games are available on ESPN Plus and SEC Network Plus starting today at 4 o'clock for the first game, 2 o'clock on Saturday, and 1 o'clock on Sunday. Then the Bison go from there to LSU. They play the Tigers in a midweek series on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then they have Tulane next week. And yeah, these games may be lopsided. The experience is what you heard Tyler talking about, the chance to play these kind of teams, that's why they do it. And we'll see. They've played the likes of Miami, LSU, Stanford. They've gone and done that. And got to give them credit for going out there and not shying away. Long Beach State they played last year. They don't shy away from playing those top teams. We're due for a break. We come back. We'll wrap up our hour 1, hour 2 on deck. Brad Schlossman will join us. UND hockey with a big series coming up. We roll on a Friday morning edition of Hot Mike. We're back after this.